She says, can dying be like this? Memory of the owls asking from deep within a darkness that breathes and sighs behind this house. Who? And again, who? Her hand turns over and over as if conducting invisible music. Her wrist, subtle arm, elbow, a quick breath in, and again her mouth, a slight, unformed smile. Then she says, I have walked in the woods with ephemerals. I have walked with new leaves like tiny parasols. When it got dark, when I couldn't see the path, I followed the sound of the river, crossed in the dark, felt for that one tree that points to the place between the pines. I'm not scared, I'd said to myself, that if I had seen myself in those no-moon fields losing the trail and going further in, I would have been. I lit the fire with one match. I put up my tent and climbed in. The mountain comforted me. This happened many times. The storms were daunting, but I had no idea how badly I needed to be held. Nestled into the mountain's dangerous breast, I waited on thunder, and I did not die. I sang the old hymns. I folded my hands. I prayed. Too late, says the tanager, too late the bluebird, too late the finch, hawk, osprey, a fish in its claw. Trillium along the trail, trillium and trout lily and muddy boots by the kitchen door. Last night it rained. I laid in the dark listening to the raindrops press themselves into the asphalt shingles of my roof. One of the sounds I hope never to forget if, in the next world, there is no such thing as rain. It's morning now, and the familiar fear has subsided for the moment while I have written this. I dreamed I was in a house. There was a war going on, missiles and bombs dropping from the sky. Some men, a few, seemed to be in charge of the strategy, the plan, the execution of war, a way to spend an afternoon without having to stand still or hear the echo coming from the black hole of the heart. But anyway, beyond the war that seemed to never go away, Helen said, there's no good news on TV. If you've seen it once, you've seen it more than enough. In the house, which was a big house, there was a curved sweep of stairs, a deep purple carpeted stairway leading up to rooms I hadn't seen, but of the rooms I had, a music room with 3 bass viols, and around the corner, chamber music being performed. I sat on the floor to listen. Anyway, it could be I'm just not breathing enough, not enough yoga, or coming to terms with my own ordinariness, which isn't a very blank way to end this. I'll have to come back and make it better, much better, if it were to count, if it were to help me remember what really matters is simple and attentive to trees, the maker of the trees, the common good, and not to judge anybody, even the one who knows going to the woods will help, and who still has not found a way, except once 3 weeks ago for less than an hour, to get there, and who promises in Rilke's "You must change your life" way, I will. Tomorrow I will, and she is not lying. She is here, faithfully among us, telling, which is another way to say praying. She is saying her prayers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Catherine. That was wonderful. Next, I would like to introduce you to Rebecca Wohlever. She's a musician and songwriter from Munson Township. And I just love this quote from her about her own work. Born out of personal experience and growing up in Geauga County surrounded by nature, these songs are inspired by my own life, as well as emotional, social, and environmental issues that we face together. What I hope for most is that something in this work will touch someone else in a positive way. Please welcome Rebecca Wohlever.
do. Kathleen, when I met with her last week, told me a little bit about what a hero of conservation was. And when I was reading the program when I got here, and I worked at the Shaker Lakes Nature Center as a naturalist for a few years, and that is there because of heroes of conservation. Some women who were part of gardening clubs that said, no, we're not going to let a highway come through and connect to 90 and 480, even though that'd be really convenient for a lot of people. There's a beautiful wetland here, and we're going to preserve it. And they did. And there's a beautiful nature center there and trails, and if you haven't been there, it's a real gem too. So, I am very inspired growing up in Ohio. I was lucky enough to also have a father that brought me into nature and taught me a lot. I live here down the road on Wilson Mills, and this first song that I'd like to share with you is about a couple who I never met, but who really touched my life deeply. They had a little sprawling farmhouse along the road, and I would pass them almost every day driving somewhere. And they'd be out, putzing around or working in their garden. And over the years, I realized, oh my gosh, they're like rotating their gardens. Like the dahlias were here last year, but now there's corn, and I can see the dahlias back by the pond now. And it was just, it was beautiful, these two, hunched over in the garden. They were so cute. And one day, I noticed that I just hadn't seen them in a long time. And a couple more times I passed the house over the next several months, and the house is falling into disrepair, and I thought, oh no, like something happened. And I never told them. I never told them how inspiring they were to me. I could have stopped, and I didn't. And I wish I had, and I don't know anything about them. I don't even know their names. But I wrote this song about them. It's called Adeline. Give me water, give me wine, give me wide open earth and sky, and lay my bones underneath the howling pine, next to a woman named Adeline. Adeline's got a furrowed brow, softens in the evenings when we lie down, and no one knows the thoughts that cross our mind. Those belong to me and my Adeline. Adeline, Adeline, leave your wallet but bring your dimes. You pick the tunes and we'll feel fine, rolling through the daisies and the warm sunshine. Big old house on a big old hill, big old blackbird on the windowsill, whispering, come hither, can't you see my feathers shine? Sweet grass loose around our knees, Holy Ghost on the evening breeze. Well, don't you go leaving us, darling, before your time. Stay with me in the dahlias, Adeline. Adeline, Adeline, cross your fingers and dot your I's. 4 and 20 baked in a pie, 2 dozen blackbirds on a tape.